Yeah, Grenada, Carriacou, Pidimonic, and the world, all you. Welcome to Whiteys. Welcome to another Mikey Live, people. It's so much a joy and my pleasure to be with you here nightly to, at least give you an idea as to what's happening in Grenada, what's happening in the Caribbean, what's happening to a lesser extent in the wider world. We're not going to tell you about drones in Gatwick, but we're going to tell you the things that really matter to us, that really affects us, So, folks, brace yourself. We have a lot of things to tell you about tonight. It's Friday, and on Fridays, we try not to keep it too long. There's a 15-year-old girl that has gone missing, and police wants your help in locating her. We will talk about that in a moment. And the Royal Grenada Police Force appeals for road safety after 8 road fatalities for 2018. Find out what members of the Royal Grenada Police Force did today. CID gave back as well. American Airlines' additional flight to Grenada begins on Saturday, which is in a few hours from now. Parenting classes for Grenadians, and we will tell you about that. Imagine that, parenting classes. Now, that's something you don't hear every day. So we are going to tell you about that as well as a lot more things right here on Mikey Live. Again, we want to officially welcome you and invite you people to like, love, and share the program. Most importantly, to share the business. You see, when you share the business, people get to see the thing. People get to see that we are on. And then they tell a friend, and then the friend tell a friend, and then that's how the thing starts to grow. All right? So all you, don't waste time. All right? Don't waste time. Share the business. Okay? Now, when we come back, it's the real news in all your lily lolo. Now, we want to remind you that the headlines was brought to you through the kind compliments of Duty Free Caribbean and Colombian Emirates International and WPG10.
Visit Duty Free Caribbean for all your gift ideas. Duty Free Caribbean offers to you colognes, perfumes, handbags, and much more from top brands you know and love. Duty Free Caribbean. Own the experience this Christmas.
True Masqueraders presents the Johnny Walker Black Face Off 13. Friday, December 21st, the Spice Basket comes alive from 10 p.m. Get your masks on entry. Early bird general tickets $50, regular tickets $60, and early bird VIP premium all-inclusive $250. Regular price $300. Shuttle service from the Melville Street Bus Terminal. Dress code elegant. You must wear black. From Trinidad and Tobago, Patrice Roberts. Team Chaos featuring Naldo and DJ Quinn. Also, Grenada's Finest featuring Wasway. Flash. Vaughn. Your DJs Ice Cool, DJ Danny, and Kevlar Tone International. Tickets available at Grenadian Optical Town and Spiceland Mall, Heather's Boutique, Anke's Computer, Mitchell's Health and Wellness, Grenada To Go at Maurice Bishop International Airport, St. Andrew's Pharmacy, and Go To Fed. This event is sponsored by Johnny Walker Black, Smirnoff Vodka, Stag, A Man's Bear, Mount Gay Rum, Campari, True Blue Bay Boutique Resort, Leslie Shipping Agency, Grenada To Go, Specialized Automotive, Mitchell's Health and Wellness, Video Moments, Waggy T Rental and Sound Company, We FM Radio, Anke's Computer, Go To Fed, and On The Spot Hardware. The biggest event to touch down this December in Grenada. True Masqueraders presents Face Off 13. You must wear black.
Experience convenient and affordable learning with online and blended higher education programs from the UWI Open Campus. Access our quality assured degrees, diplomas, and continuing and professional education programs at a pace designed to suit your lifestyle. Ask about our prior learning assessment, which credits previous learning experience and fast tracks the completion of your degree. Own your future. Apply today. For more information, visit www.open.uwi.edu. The UWI Open Campus, opening doors to life-changing learning.
It's 8 deals of Christmas at Courts, December 17th to 24th. Enjoy huge savings each and every day. Shop at Courts for the lowest prices, widest range, and last-minute gift ideas. Plus, shop from the Courts Christmas wish list at the main branch from 4 to 6 p.m. daily for products starting at just $50. 8 deals of Christmas. Get what you need this season. Only at Courts. Courts, bringing value home.
Audio Jungle.
It is often referred to as the biggest night of the year, Old Year's Night. And this year, we head to Spice Basket for a night of melody.
Get ready.
As Island Productions presents, straight out of Trinidad, the melodic Baron. Baron. Baron, alongside Grenada's very own Shopri. Shopri.
I love it.
One night, 2 artists, 2 bands, one great occasion. Melody. Get your limited $60 tickets now from Mitchell's Health and Wellness, Excel Plaza and Spiceland Mall, Gittins Pharmacy, Grandans, St. George's and Grenville, Grenadian Optical, Grandans and St. George's, Duty-Free Caribbean, Esplanade Mall, Maryland Shop, Bellevue, Licks and Bites and Kelly's Hotspot, St. John, Shy's Bar and Pierre's Barber Shop, St. Mark, the Big Line Bar, St. Patrick, Maxie's Bar, St. Andrew, Buy Smart Supermarket, the St. David's Pharmacy, SOG Food, St. David, the event that celebrates the old and kicks off the new year with melody. Baron.
Yes, thank you very much, and now welcome, folks. Welcome to the program. Now we have to get right into things. It's Friday. We're not keeping you too long tonight. Government has been, they say, actively engaged with church leaders, allowing them an opportunity to share their views on the pension reform negotiations. Now, the industrial climate, that is, following recent actions taken by teachers and some public officers, and the decision by the cabinet to withhold salaries for the days not worked. Now, we received this press release, all right? Now, it says here that on Wednesday, Prime Minister Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell met with leaders of the Seventh-day Adventist Church, and on Thursday, a similar meeting was held with the leaders of several other denominations, including Anglican, Baptist, Catholic, Methodist, and Pentecostal. Dr. Mitchell expressed, according to this release, that his government sees pension as a moral responsibility, but any payments made to public workers must not put the rest of the population at risk and must not jeopardize the future sustainable development, or the future sustainable development of the country. It says, at both meetings, concerns were expressed for the well-being of the nation's students and the potential negative impact of the industrial action on them, not only now, but in the long term as well. Minister for Education and Religious Affairs, Honorable Emmeline Pierre, also met this week with about 40 religious leaders representing different denominations. Now, at Wednesday's sitting of Parliament, Minister Pierre said the religious leaders have committed to give more support to the educational sector, and she disclosed a commitment by her ministry to hold regular meetings with the church leaders. All right, so they're saying that they're trying to see how things can work out, right? And that's a press release that came from the government. In other news, officers of the Royal Grenada Police Force's Criminal Investigation Department spent part of their day visiting several homes island-wide in the spirit of the holiday season, giving back in the holiday season. Now, to the delight of 9 unsuspecting families, the officers distributed Christmas hampers to needy persons in every police station where a criminal investigation department is operated. Now, the recipients expressed their gratitude to the officers for their small acts of kindness, particularly at this time of the year. Now, the criminal investigation department wishes all a happy and safe holiday season. All year, Grenada has had a great deal of road fatalities for 2018, and to this end, the Royal Grenada Police Force, they are sending out a warning to persons to please be careful. Now, according to police, considering the numerous accidents, injuries, permanent disabilities, and road fatalities so far for 2018, the Royal Grenada Police Force is appealing to all motorists and road users to take personal responsibility for each other's safety this holiday season, and they say do so by taking extra precaution. Obey always the road traffic regulations. Now, already there have been 8 fatalities as a result of motor vehicle accidents for the year 2018, 7 of which involved adults and 1 child. You understand, people? These statistics for a small island like Grenada is troubling people. You understand? It ain't pretty. You understand? It ain't pretty. So the police wants you all to understand the importance of road safety. You understand? Motorists, pedestrians, and all road users, you are being called upon to drive with due care and attention and to be extremely cautious while using our roads so as to avoid accidents, casualties, and or deaf people. Now, motorists are encouraged, among other things, ensure that your vehicles are in roadworthy conditions before embarking on your journey. Plan your route to your destination and allow enough time to get there. Be alert to changing road and weather conditions. Do not overload vehicles. Do not drive under the influence of alcohol or drugs and other mind-altering substances. Never drive while distracted. Remain focused and alert at all times. Practice safe overtaking. Only overtake when it is absolutely safe to do so. Stay within the speed limits at all times, and even so, drive to the condition of the road. Ensure that your vehicles are duly licensed and insured in accordance with all regulations. Never drink and drive, and never drive and drink. Recognize potentially dangerous drivers and be alert to pedestrians using the road. Drive defensively with a focus of safety and respect towards all road users. Show tolerance for the mistakes of others and resist the temptation to retaliate. You understand? Now, pedestrians, you are reminded that it is important to make safe decisions while using the nation's road and pay close attention to motorists or cyclists. Pedestrians, you're encouraged to, at all costs, avoid the use of mobile phones, other handheld electronic devices, and headphones while walking the streets, as this can have deadly consequences. Never assume a driver will give the right of way, and make every effort to make eye contact with the driver of a stopped or approaching vehicle before entering or attempting to cross any roadway. And do not walk the streets if under the influence of alcohol or any other mind-altering substances, as this can impair decision-making skills, physical reflexes, and other abilities. Bikers and riders, you are reminded to wear your protective gears and do not exceed the speed limit. Use the road wisely and obey all rules of the road. Now, the Royal Grenada Police Force looks forward to the cooperation and support of all. Now, the RGPS say that they want to wish you all a safe and happy holiday. Now, this was a lengthy one. You know, we doesn't read no storybook on the program, but we did that for a reason. Because we know this weekend we're going to hear about accident, God forbid, but we will. So we want to get to as many people as, we want to get through to as many people as possible tonight. You understand? Oh yeah. We're moving on. You want to big up all them people and them on WPG10 currently viewing. Now, earlier, here is some good news. Grenada will see a new flight, American Airlines flight, as of tomorrow, Saturday. Now, officials of the Grenada Tourism Authority made the announcement earlier this year that flight AA2264 will be departing Miami 9:06 in the morning. It arrives here in Grenada at 1:35 in the afternoon at the Morris Bishop International Airport. You understand? So all your extra flight and thing now. You know the Christmas season and thing, you see some little thing. So you got to look out for the flight, alright guys? Yeah man. All your, how we looking for time? Alright, we're pretty. There we go. The next story I'm about to tell you is what the police did. Is what the Royal Grenada Police Force did. In particular, the women officers of the Royal Grenada Police Force. Now they swapped their police caps for Santa hats to deliver Christmas hampers to much needy persons and the elderly on Thursday. Now the caravan of women police made its way from the police headquarters via the St. David route, delivering 12 hampers in the Eastern Division and proceeding on to the Western Division, where another 14 hampers were delivered. But it was a bittersweet memory for the officers that on arrival at one of their recipients who had mere minutes earlier passed away. In other words, when they arrived at one of the persons, they minutes ago died, so they were not able to deliver that hamper. So they say it was kind of like a bittersweet. Now the hamper distribution, which is into its 13th year, brought tears of joy to the many recipients who received approximately $100 in donated foodstuff and personal items. Now, these items were made possible through the generous donations of corporate and private citizens here in Grenada and New York. Now, apart from the Christmas hampers, many children were treated with goodies along the way. Now, distribution for the Central Division and Carriacou will be done at a future date. The Royal Grenada Police Force Association of Women Police say that they are happy to give back to the community to help people in need of a smile this holiday season, and they wish all a safe and blessed Christmas season. But it doesn't stop there, people. I cannot tell that story as it's meant to be told. So what we have for you is a nice little picture to show you what they were about, what they were doing, you see. And to make it even better, please don't cry.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon.
How are you?
I hear song singing, so I want peep.
Yeah? Okay, hold on.
All right, for the camera.
On behalf of the Commissioner of Police and the Women's Arm of the Royal Grenada Police Force, we present you a hamper. Wishing that you have a Merry Christmas and a bright and prosperous New Year.
Thank you.
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad.
Oh my, don't cry. Now listen now people. I don't think about something real dread for me not to cry on that video. Right? You know, come on man. These are police officers we're talking about. These are law enforcement officers we're talking about. Taking time off their busy schedule, people. Taking time off their busy schedule to do something like that. We have other nations where corruption is so high, you don't even want to be in the same space with police officers. But here in Grenada, this is what the police are involved in. You understand? And let me tell you, police don't get the credit that they deserve, and I'm going to be honest with you. Honest with you. Police officers in Grenada don't get the credit, the respect, and think that it is so. But a small thing we'll get there. One day we'll realize how good we are. You know what I mean? All give the police a clap, please. All give the police a clap. Clap, clap, clap. Show them some love and some like. Show them some appreciation on the program. Show them some appreciation. Show them the thing, the man. Show them the thing. Yes, man, that's what I'm talking about. Give them a clap. Some likes and some love. Let us show you, let us see that you appreciate the business. You know what I mean? Yeah. All yeah, big up to the police. Also, we want to say thank you to the Mikey Live Helping Hands Foundation, who have put together, and we're talking about the Canada branch, who has put together some hampers as well for some families in Grenada. Just about 16 families will benefit from the initiative. And I'll show you one of those hampers. It's heavy, but you know, so just about 16 families will receive one of these, right? Put together by the Mikey Life Helping Hands Foundation, the Canada branch, and they've been working really hard. In fact, I mean, they exceed my expectation, you know. So these families will benefit from that for the Christmas. And so I think you need to as well show them some love, give them some recognition, tell them thank you too, no man, them walking by. You know what I mean? And there are so many other organizations who do the same. And that is one of the things that I enjoy most about the Christmas season. Those good gestures, boy. You know what I mean? When you can impact people's lives so positively, doing something that is so selfless, boy. You know what I mean? So big up all yourself and everybody who's been doing things like that. You know what I mean? We roll in. Thank you again to all the organizations, associations, and Mikey Life Helping Hand Foundation, to all the working boy. You know what I mean? We're moving on. How are we looking for time? I don't want to start to call name because I trouble. Oh yeah. The next story that we have to tell all you is that a teenager, another teenager, is missing according to police, and they would like your help in locating that child. You understand? Denisha Nelson, only 15 years old. She's of Harford Village, St. Andrew. Now, according to police, Denisha left home on Wednesday, 19th December 2018 at around 4 p.m. and has not returned since. Now, we do not have a picture, but we can tell you she's approximately 5 feet 5 inches in height, brown skin in complexion, with black natural hair. Now, Denisha was last seen wearing a blue short jeans pants, gray t-shirt, and a black pair of sneakers with a red JanSport backpack. Now, anyone seeing Denisha or has any information about her whereabouts, you are asked to contact the Grenville Police Station at 442-7224, CID at 440-3921, Police Emergency at 911, Police Hotline at 444-1958, or the nearest police station. Alright, so people, they would really, really like your help in locating her. Alright, we are moving on. How are we looking for time? Earlier, according to this press release from the GIS, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell has met with the investigators, the team of persons, and the Office of the Integrity Commission. Now, Dr. Mitchell, as the minister responsible for the Marketing and National Importing Board, the MNIB, was called to meet with the investigators, right? And that is a part of the information gathering process. Now, prior to being called for an interview, Dr. Mitchell had indicated his willingness to meet with the investigators looking into the operations of the MNIB. You know, according to this, several other persons are expected to meet with the investigating team. You understand? Now, a lot of things have been going on, according to reports at the MNIB, which prompted this investigation. So time will tell. Now, in September of this year, the Office of the Integrity Commission announced that it had commenced an investigation into the current and past affairs of the MNIB. Now, this came against the backdrop of allegations about the inappropriate use of funds. You understand? And as I understand it, it's a very serious matter, people. A very serious matter. So let's see. For the past few weeks, as we move on, for the past few weeks, we've been exciting you with draws and so on. Tonight, we have another draw by the GUT Credit Union, and you never know, your name or somebody you know might be a winner.
Our final presentation takes place today. We have Natalie Brown, who is here on behalf of Blondie Romaine, and Cheryl Fletcher, who is here on behalf of her sister, Janelle Noel Andel. Natalie, what are your plans for the holiday?
My plans is just to be home with family and relax.
Okay, relaxing for the holidays. Cheryl, what are your plans?
To eat as much cake and ham as possible.
I like that. Would you save me some?
Sure.
So go ahead and select any gift from under the Christmas tree and unwrap it. So Cheryl would have selected on behalf of her sister Janelle, and Janelle will be receiving a twin pack kettle and a toaster. So Blondie Romaine will be receiving dinner for two at Koyaba. The chair will continue into the new year. Two persons will be selected in January to win shopping sprees, each valued at $1,000. Mrs. Claus and staff will now share Christmas greetings with you. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from GUT Credit Union.
GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong. Oh yeah, awesome, right? Yeah, man, congratulations to the winners. We are moving on. Oh yeah, have you heard this? Parenting classes. Parenting classes, you know. Now the Child Protection Authority recognizes that positive parenting skills are necessary attributes to reduce or eliminate incidents of child abuse. Now that's what they said in a press release today. Now to this end, with funding from the United Nations Child Fund, the UNICEF, the CPA is undertaking training in level 3 parenting facilitation. Would you imagine that? Now it's been offered by the Grenada National Training Agency. The Caribbean Vocational Qualification, the CVQ course, is expected to provide 20 trained facilitators by the end of the second quarter of 2019. Now the goal thereafter would be to conduct parenting sessions with various communities or within the various communities. Now the authority says that they believe that providing this kind of support to parents would promote positive behaviors among parents and children in 2019 and beyond. So today we spoke to Janelle Grant Hamlet, and she's the Public Relations Officer of the Child Protection Authority. You know, and she was somewhat explaining what this is all about for us.
Well, Mikey, you know, parenting can either make or break a child. And at the Child Protection Authority, we recognize that positive parenting skills is something that is absolutely necessary if we are to reduce or eliminate child abuse, especially when it comes from the home at the hand of our parents. So what we've decided to do with the kind help of the United Nations Children Fund is to equip our staff so that they can go ahead and help parents who are in need in that area. So we are undertaking training in level 3 parenting facilitation, which is offered by the National Training Agency. So right now, the stage that we're at is the training of our staff. So once a program is put in place, then we'll go ahead and disseminate the information, how it will be divulged to the public. But at present, we're doing the in-house work by training and equipping our staff so that we can have those tools necessary to impart knowledge to the general public.
And when it gets out there to the general public, they're saying that the training will be for parents, guardians, and anyone who is caring for a child. So there's no class, no nothing. You understand? Anyone who is caring for a child.
Parents, guardians, it doesn't necessarily have to fall into a particular category. Once you're caring for a child and there's a need for you to be equipped, because we know that positive parenting can be a challenge, especially when persons are not equipped. So we would see where it's necessary for those sessions to be had. What we intend to do is by 2019 is to hopefully have sessions in various communities so that persons on a whole could benefit from those sessions.
Nice. And then she went on to explain what are the areas that are going to be taught or trained.
Yes, so some of the areas that would be looked at is the promotion of effective and appropriate parent-child interaction, knowledge of the developmental stages of children, problem solving, crisis management, etc. Because we believe that parents would need those skills in order to be effective. We want parents to be positive about what they do. Sometimes the parents themselves would have had traumatic experiences in their upbringing that would determine how it is they go about parenting. And so if they know how to go about it in a positive way, we believe that that would help them and help the children in the future. And also for staff, some components would also apply to them, such as how to support parents in times of stress and difficulty, how to assist parents in advocating for children's rights, how to organize effective collaboration between parents and stakeholders. So the entire program is to benefit parents out there, but also equip our staff so that we can have the tools necessary to empower the parents out there.
Nice. Yes. Thank you very much, Hamlet. I'll give you thing a clap no man. You don't hear thing, boy. You know what I mean? No, these are things that you have to know about, people. These are things you have to know about. I thought it's interesting. Now, if that works, people, if that works, I mean, you can imagine the impact. Huh? Yeah, some children making children and they don't know how to grow the children up. So it's pure bacchanal. mass in the place, no values, no nothing. So that is going to like put things back in line. You know what I mean? I think it's a good idea. Really, I think it is. Okay, there's an organization called Special Care. Organization is for children. You know, we had something on the program last week about that, where they are trying to raise funds so that they could purchase some equipment for babies who are born prematurely at Grenada General Hospital. So they do raffle and they try to have other fundraising initiatives. And so one of the first major fundraisers they're having is a raffle. So we had a draw last week. Let's do another one today now.
Good afternoon, viewers, and thank you for joining us. We're here this afternoon for the second draw of the Grenada Special Care Foundation. And today we're going to draw for one pot set, which is compliments Jonas Brown and Hubbard's Grenada Limited, one salt ham, compliments George F. Huggins and Company, Grenada Limited, and one day pass for two, compliments True Blue Bear Resort. Today we have a special person who is going to assist us in making this draw possible. But before we do that, just to give you a bit of background information on the Grenada Special Care Foundation. This is a foundation that was started to assist the special care unit at the General Hospital. This is the unit responsible for the care of premature babies that are born at the General Hospital. So we now invite our guests to come and make the first draw for us. And here we go. That lucky winner of one pot set compliments Jonas Brown and Hubbard's Grenada Limited is Mara Dalida from Montu, St. George. Mara Dalida, Montu, St. George. We're going to now make the second draw for one salt ham. Okay. And that lucky winner of one salt ham is Rhea Belfon of Wester Hall, St. David. Rhea Belfon, Wester Hall, St. David. And we're going to give the box one big shake now. And we're now going to be drawing for the day pass for two, compliments True Blue Bear Resort. Okay, and the lucky winner of one day pass compliments True Blue Bear Resort is Kathleen Noel of Woodlands, St. George. Kathleen Noel, Woodlands, St. George. So we say thank you very much to our special guest. So viewers, we also have with us today one of our winners from the first draw. He is Mr. Ethan Mitchell, and he was the lucky winner of a hand mixer compliments Southern Electrical. So we're now going to present Mr. Mitchell with his prize. Mr. Alexander with his prize.
Thanks a lot for your support.
Okay.
No problem. All right, Mr. Ethan, I want to thank you for your support with the Grenada Special Care Foundation, and we hope that you'll continue to lend your support to us or those premature babies. All right? Thanks a lot.
Thank you, viewers, and continue to support the Grenada Special Care Foundation.
And by the way, I think you had to come and work with me permanently. Eh? And you did give her a clap. She did a really good job, right? She was just on the fly, you know. So give her a clap. You had to come. I think she's going to be working with Mikey live for the rest of her life. What you find? Yeah, she did well, man. Kudos to you, all right? Kudos to you. All right, so folks, all right, that was a nice one, right? So you had to support them. Now we now take you to another interesting segment of the program, which we call the hot list. The following persons, you need to call a particular number. You see, the hot list now is a list that's put together lad, according to Granny, lad. Anyway, we ain't saying much. All we have to say to you is, listeners, if you know any of the names that we are about to call, please ask them to call the number. Or if you are a listener or a viewer and you hear the you're hearing name, call. You understand? Okay? So folks, the number that you need to call 405-8227. That number again, 405-8227. The names are Crystal, Rodney, Grand Bras St. Andrew, Omega Antoine, Marley St. David, Ormondelis St. George, Misha Duncan, Douglaston St. John, Travis Noel, Grandance Lamode St. George or Lamode St. George, Joshua Wilson, Mount Craven St. Patrick, Dean Braveboy, Frequente St. George, Shakira Maxwin, Frequente St. George, Renisha Regis, Lamode or Molyneux St. George, Urban George Sharp, Tebaid St. David, Philip Batiste, Mardi Gras St. George, Dwayne Raj Jerome, Tempe St. George, Christopher Beggs, Felix Park St. Andrew, Kimberly Simon, Happy Hill St. George, and Cyril McQueen, Current St. David. So all your call a number, alright? That's all I can say. Just call a number and ting. Alright? Don't call me. I tell all of that. Call the number. We're taking a break. We're coming back in a moment. We have for you as well the National Report.
Deals of Christmas at Courts, December 17th to 24th. Enjoy huge savings each and every day. Shop at Courts for the lowest prices, widest range, and last-minute gift ideas. Plus, shop from the Courts Christmas wish list at the main branch from 4 to 6 p.m. daily for products starting at just $50. 8 deals of Christmas. Get what you need this season. Only at Courts. Courts, bringing value home.
We listened to what you had to say and turn up the old rules, because losing what you paid for is just wrong. Now, lost data and talk are a thing of the past. Only Digicel gives you unlimited rollover data and talk. Just buy and renew your Quick bundle before it expires and keep what's rightfully yours. Never lose what you don't use. Go to My Digicel app to bundle up and roll over today. Digicel.
Experience convenient and affordable learning with online and blended higher education programs from the UWI Open Campus. Access our quality-assured degrees, diplomas, and continuing and professional education programs at a pace designed to suit your lifestyle. Ask about our prior learning assessment, which credits previous learning experience and fast-tracks the completion of your degree. Own your future. Apply today. For more information, visit www.open.uwi.edu. The UWI Open Campus, opening doors to life-changing learning.
It is often referred to as the biggest night of the year, Old Year's Night. And this year, we head to Spice Basket for a night of melody.
Get ready.
As Island Productions presents straight out of Trinidad, the melodic Baron. Baron. Baron alongside Grenada's very own Shopri. Shopri. One night, two artists, two bands, one great occasion. Melody. Get your limited $60 tickets now from Mitchell's Health and Wellness, Excel Plaza and Spice and more. Gittins Pharmacy, Grandans, St. George's and Grenville. Grenadian Optical, Grandans and St. George's. Duty-Free Caribbean, Esplanade Mall. Maryland Shop, Bellevue. Licks and Bites and Kelly's Hotspot, St. John. Shai's Bar and Pierre's Barber Shop, St. Mark. The Big Line Bar, St. Patrick. Maxie's Bar, St. Andrew. Buy Smart Supermarket, the St. David's Pharmacy. SOG Food, St. David. The event that celebrates the old and kicks off the new year with Melody. Baron.
Ah, yeah, folks. So right now what we have for you is the national report. In fact, it's pretty short today.
Government updates church leaders on pension reform negotiations and the industrial climate. Details to this story and more coming up in the national report. Welcome back with the National Report for today, Friday, December 21st, 2018. I am Wendy Edmond with the details. Government has been actively engaging church leaders, allowing them an opportunity to share their views on the pension reform negotiations and the industrial climate, following recent action taken by teachers and some public officers and the decision by the cabinet to withhold salaries for the days not worked. On Wednesday, Prime Minister Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell met with leaders of the Seventh-day Adventist Church, and on Thursday, a similar meeting was held with the leaders of several other denominations, including Anglican, Baptist, Catholic, Methodist, and Pentecostal. Dr. Mitchell expressed that his government sees pension as a moral responsibility, but any payments made to public workers must not put the rest of the population at risk and must not jeopardize the future sustainable development of the country. At both meetings, concern was expressed for the well-being of the nation's students and the potential negative impact of the industrial action on them, not only now, but in the long term as well. Meanwhile, Minister for Education and Religious Affairs, Honorable Emmeline Pear, met this week with about 40 religious leaders representing different denominations. At Wednesday's sitting of Parliament, Minister Pear said the religious leaders have committed to give more support to the education sector, and she disclosed a commitment by her ministry to hold regular meetings with the church leaders.
What for me stands out about this meeting is the consensus that these leaders are committing that they are going to give even more support to our education sector as it relates to their involvement and support for schools throughout Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. Mr. Speaker, in addition to that, we would have agreed at that meeting and gave a commitment from the ministry that we are going to meet with those leaders on a quarterly basis. And there was general consensus to that as well, because we understand the value of our religious leaders and the fact that we are a religious community, their role in the development of our education system, their role in development of our communities, and we want to continue to build upon that.
In other news, Prime Minister Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell has met with the investigations team at the Office of the Integrity Commission. Dr. Mitchell, as the minister responsible for the Marketing and National Importing Board, was called to meet with the investigations team as part of the information gathering process. Prior to being called for an interview, Dr. Mitchell had indicated his willingness to meet with investigators looking into the operations of the MNIB. Several other persons are expected to meet with the investigations team at the Office of the Integrity Commission. These interviews will continue after the Christmas season. In September, the Office of the Integrity Commission announced that it had commenced an investigation into the current and the past affairs of the MNIB. This came against the backdrop of allegations about the inappropriate use of funds. This is the National Report. More news after the break.
Christmas from the Government Information Service, Channel 22.
And finally, in the national report, creating a livelihood and developing the skills of persons in the arts and craft industry. That was one of the main objectives of the skills training program organized by the Ministry of Tourism and Civil Aviation through assistance from its Cuban counterparts. The program provided a 3-month training in wood and straw hat crafting held at the St. Mark's Secondary School and the National Stadium. Participants were given an opportunity to become entrepreneurs and enhance their skills in the craft, which will allow for the creation of a higher quality of products for the market. Minister for Tourism and Civil Aviation, Honorable Dr. Clarice Modeste Cohen, says the training will assist in the tourism development in Grenada.
This is a long and a short story. The long part of it is that for the better part of 1 year, over a year, on 2 occasions when I visited Cuba, I spoke with the authorities, the relevant authorities, to ask for some training in craft. But the story goes even a little more beyond that, because having been trained in Cuba myself, I am well aware of the high technical competencies that they have in various craft, and many of them have forced me to leave $1 or $2 behind when I go, because the quality of the craft and the prices, 2 things that are very important when you're producing craft and you're selling craft, they have both of them. And so, having had a first-hand appreciation of what they did, I engaged the authorities, and they responded very swiftly to that. And we were the ones who were slower, working to get the logistics in place to have them to come. One of the criteria that we used was that whatever materials that they use to teach must be available locally.
The minister says while there was some challenges, the objective of the program was achieved.
We did have our challenges. We couldn't find wood, and when we found wood, it wasn't dried, and we couldn't find the right means to cut, and there were a lot of challenges. And the straw, we had to go all the way up to Soubise and Mikey, and of course Joaquin had to work with an unusual type of material. But the thing is, everyone was an overcomer, and that was one of the things that we shared very early. Every obstacle every problem has a solution. We agreed on that from day one, because when they came, I noticed a little bit that, they were discouraged. Well, we didn't have that, we didn't have the right machines, we're not used to that machines, what do we do? And so many obstacles.
Sharing some of the experiences of the participants also gave a commitment to pass on their knowledge to others.
We worked hard and we did it. The class was very educational and worthwhile. The participants and I enjoyed our time spent in class with our tutor, Hohe. He showed us love, patience, and also he was kind-hearted to us during the lessons that was taught to us. The class was based on using raw material, for example, wood. He taught us how to construct and build ornaments, fruit bowls, leaves, and many other crafts. The class was very innovative and worthwhile.
Reminding you of our top story for today, Friday, December 21st, 2018. Government updates church leaders on pension reform negotiations and the industrial climate. On behalf of all of us in the newsroom, I am Wendy Edmund.
All right, thank you very much, Wendy, for that, and everyone else who was part of the national report, the production and gathering the information for the national report. All right, guys, and that's just about as far as we can take you for tonight. Let's just take a look at the weather, see what it's like. All right, some people might want to know what it's like. So for tonight, we are expecting some nighttime showers during cloudy spells. We are expecting the temperature to be about 23.5 degrees as the lowest for tonight. Winds northeasterly to east southeasterly at 12 to 22 miles per hour, gusting higher at times. Seas moderate, waves up to 7 feet in open water. And the weather for tomorrow, now we are expecting sun to rise just around 6:23 a.m. and set around 5:49 p.m. Tomorrow's weather is expected to be partly cloudy to cloudy with a medium chance of some brief occasional showers. The maximum temperature is expected to be about 30 degrees Celsius and the minimum 23 degrees Celsius. Winds east-northeasterly to east-southeasterly at 10 to 20 miles per hour, gusting higher at times. Seas moderate, waves up to 6 feet in open waters. All right, and that's the weather for you for tonight and for tomorrow, guys. I just want to big up some names on the program. Big up Marvin boy, my Jin. Also, Sheba, Shireen, Trevelin, Zaka, Lisa, Nikita, Ala. Did I say Melly? Did I say Suzette? Did I say Patsy? Happy birthday in advance to Nikki. And Kirin is as well here with us. All right, Raybon is as well here with us. All right, and Closilda is with us as well. We have Kevin with us. Who else is there? Lisa, Naomi, Angela, Peter, Dora, Kathleen, and everyone else. Rachel, we see you here as well. Big up to you, Rachel. And everyone else, really. Irma is with us as well. Okay, and Zephyrin, big up to you. Okay, and everyone else who is with us. We want to wish you a safe and enjoyable weekend. We're going to be back here with you on Monday. But if anything else happens and we need to come back on a live during the weekend, we will most definitely do so. All right, guys, I want to say again, all the best to you and your family. Eunice, big up your whole self, right? Let's go, people. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we all say, Ja! No! Good night, everyone.